Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Ninathesimplekenyangal. Yes, you guessed it right, it's Saturday, Young Mom edition. Thank you for staying tuned. As you have read on your today's title, we are going to cover from the seventh episode. We covered 3 months, the first 3 months of baby's life, and those are the most critical first months, because this child is now learning the environment, understanding the language. That's when you're supposed to have shakers and all that stuff. Shakers are toys, baby's toys, to play along with, because from when they are born, they can't see far, they only see so close. So that's why you play with them shakers, the balls that roll around and all that stuff. So yeah, so the most fun I had, I'm just gonna talk about my own experience, is after 5 months. Fun fact is, from 4 months, that's when it's easy to start training a girl to sit. From 4 months, it's easy to train them on how to sit, because their bone is stronger, the spinal cord is stronger by then. But for boys, it's 5 months, and not much is told about that actually, because most people, you find when the baby is chubby and all that stuff, and you see the baby is strong, that's when you want to start to see if they can sit down. Yeah, so that's fun fact number 1. And if you're a mom to be, or you're planning to ever having kids, or you have a child at the moment, maybe who hasn't gone to 6 months, I think that's something you should really consider, because it actually has its own benefits when you delay a child to sit until that moment. And I think it's in the WHO. So from 5 months, a boy is when you start encouraging them to sit, and not for a long time, just for, I think it's not a matter of measuring, I think it's just a matter of how you see them comfortable, right? Okay, so from there we go to the 6th month. Now this is where all the fun begins. Experimenting new foods. Well, the poop is gonna smell it's gonna be it's definitely going to change, because yeah, you're done with milk only, so this is another step. So we start, most people start with purees. Puree is when you crush fruits together, or maybe potatoes and pumpkins, but mostly it's advised you start with fruits, not combination of fruits, but each fruit differently, the first week or the first month of the 6th month. So what does this do? It enables you to learn if that baby has any allergies, in terms of if you give them too much of a certain fruit, if it's bad for them. And this gives you a first-hand priority as a mom or as a dad to know what the child is not supposed to eat a lot. Yeah, so from there, now you start the foods. Let's say you can crush kiwi and cauliflower and just smash it, or just blend it and then give it to them. I think, as you see, I think this is just anyone's what do I call it? If every child is different. Let's start from there, yeah. And if you see this kid is okay, like he or she can take a big gulp and not choke, I think that gives you a go ahead to not crash a lot and all that stuff, yeah. And this is a good thing because you learn as you go, you learn, and by 8 or 9 months you can know what to give or what not to give, in terms of if the food you're giving is too much puree, am I supposed not to do it anymore? Or has my kid been able to eat a very well cooked kiwi or potato? Can the kid like crush it well? If yes, good for you. So so by 10 months you're sure if this child can eat what and what not, right? So one thing I'm not sure of is eggs. Yeah, that's one thing like I'm not so sure about, because most kids have protein, so that's one thing I'm not so sure about. But you guys can comment below if you know this or not. So this fun fact that I read, like kids should start eating eggs at the age of 4. I've never actually clarified that, but one thing I do, when we've cooked eggs, I don't give him the yellow part, I just give him the white part. I don't know why. It's just, oh yeah, he has an allergy of proteins, so that's why. I know the reason. Okay, yeah, so that's just about it. But I think with time I'm gonna come up with some recipes. Maybe I can teach you guys, upcoming parents or parents to be, or if you're already a parent, yeah, some of the fun things you can cook, fun for you and fun for your kid to start experiencing and seeing how they want to. Do they like it? Do they hate it? What's something you can add to it so that they can enjoy it, you know? Yeah. So today we were just talking about food. But one thing for sure, as parents, what we are most given, and it's a gift from God, is intuition. You just follow your own intuition. If you feel, or if this intuition guides you to this type of food and you're sure it's gonna be okay for your baby, you just follow it. And the same with parenting, and the same with the choices you make for your kids. Yeah, and with all due respect, we all respect everything that a parent chooses, and I don't think we're supposed to be like told on how you're supposed to parent your children and all that stuff. But this is a very interesting topic that I'm really passionate about, and I'd love for you guys to just contribute. On my Twitter account, I asked, I pulled out a poll on parents, on the parenting thing. Yeah, so if you think now the kids' faults nowadays is who to blame, is it the parent or the community itself? And something else is, do you think the 90s kids have been messed up? Like this generation, they have been like messed up in some way. And if you think they have, what's your reason? Like, what do you think might be the reason? And this is something like I love to know, like I'd love to talk about more because of the upcoming cases of the 22-year-olds killing the 20-year-olds, let me just generalize it, killing parents and grandparents. So yeah, it's deep, I know. Yeah, so yeah, I'd really love to hear what you guys have to say about that, and we can probably do a live on that. And I think it's a good step to start and actually talk about everyone's experience on how they grew up. The older people, like the 80s kids, if we can get them on board and they tell us their own experience. I think this will be a good live on Facebook because most people are there, like even you can find the 60s kids there. So yeah, it's something that I'm really looking forward to. You never know when you're messing up, so it's good to have like all the different categories, experiences, and just put them on a list and see how did this turn out, how did this turn out. And now that's easy to like complement everything. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope I didn't take much of your time. I will see you guys on Healthy Tuesday. Yeah, and if you have any topic of your choice that you want me to talk about, please comment down below or DM me and I'll definitely do that. Yeah, thank you so much for watching.